get his own way. She's seen everything now. Here we go again.
Please, this can't be real.
Ain't no surprises around here anymore.
Good Lord. Done now. I want to keep it. Let's get.
What's up, guys? So we got some good news, got some odd news. So we did talk to the little baby Kush. So she we didn't talk in the beginning. We talked when school ended. So I was walking, I was about to sign out. She came in. I finished signing. I was like, "How'd you get?" Because we did a test. I got 9 out of 10. The questions are easy. It's yeah. The one that I didn't get was, dude, that one was, I had no idea. I was like, what am I supposed to do on this one? So I just guessed. It was multiple choice. So when you have multiple choice, you guess, okay? If you don't know, you guess. I don't know if this is completely good, but if you have no clue what it means and you keep doing it, you have no clue, don't leave it unanswered. Don't leave it blank. You gotta check one of them off, because that's a chance of you getting it. That's 25% chance of getting it. But anyways, so we did that. I think it was 6 multiple choice questions. Okay, anyways, so we talked. I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" No, but I was like, "Oh, how would you get on the test?" And she was like, "Oh, no." She was like, "I don't know. She didn't tell me." And I was like, "Oh, damn, that's crazy." But no, I was just like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Yeah, it was a little kind of confusing, huh?" She was like, "Yeah, it was." And then when she finished signing out, we were talking, blah blah blah, and she's like, "Oh,
why didn't you come yet?" And looking back, and I was like, mine didn't too. Mine didn't too. It's fate, But I didn't say that, obviously, but I just said, hey, mine didn't too. And I was like, I got a snack, and I was like, you don't like the snacks? And she was like, no. She's like, nah, I don't like these snacks, they're nasty. Wait, no. So
when she said that, I was like, me too. And then I was like, hey, what's her name? I didn't get it. And she was like, oh, Abri, something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it, but she said something. Yeah, it's like Abri. And I was like, oh. And I was like, oh, Jeremiah. And she's like, oh, okay. She was like, oh, what grade are you in? I was like 11th. And she said, oh. I was like, no, she's a freshman. She's in 7th grade. No, I'm gonna get arrested. I was like, no. And then she just smiled and she's like, I'm in 10th grade. And I was like, oh, let's go. It's not bad. So I was okay. I was like, oh. She's like, yeah. And then she was walking, it was like we were talking. She's like, and she was like walking, not like that exactly, but she was like walking and then kind of spinning, just kind of moving quite a bit. But then she stopped, and then we were just talking. I was like, you don't like the snacks? She's like, nah, they're nasty. I was like, I like these, it's the Rice Krispies. She's like, ew, I don't like those. So I was like, why not? She's like, they just don't taste good. And I was like, oh, I like it because calories, it wakes you, it energizes you somewhat. If you're about to go to the gym, pop one in your mouth. Oof, But yeah, so we talked, and then we were talking, we still talking, and I was like, you don't like the snacks because you always have a drink. And she had a drink, and it was like, I was like, is it the same one? And she's like, nah, this is different. She said a whole bunch of stuff that was in it, and I was like, damn. And she was like, it's a lot, huh? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, you got it from TikTok? She said, no, this is the one that I always get. And I was like, oh, okay. And then we were talking, and then one of the teachers was like, hey, you left your Chromebook. I was like, damn. And that was the last time we talked, because she started talking to the teach. So, and then yeah. And then so then I had to leave. But yeah. So yeah, we talked a little bit. I got the name and the grade. So now I'm not like, you know, now I know I'm not going to get cooked if she's in 8th grade, because she's not. So, let's go. But the funny thing about that school is I always have to have a Talion something. Talion hoodie, something like that. Because anytime I don't, they always say, hey, you're going to have to loan one. So I have to get this. So, day one of going to that school, I had like a Nirvana short. And I was like, I didn't know I was going to stay. I thought we were just going to sign in and just leave, right? But then she's like, no, you're going to stay, so you got to put this on. So I changed out. She gave me like 5 of them. And then so I just having to do that. And I was like, can I have just a blank black, just blank. It's just black. I did that. Receptionist, I kind of like had my little cup so like she couldn't see the logo because there was no logo. So like, she didn't say nothing, but I think she saw that it was blank. She didn't say nothing. I was walking away, and then someone was like, "Hey, excuse me, you're gonna have to put a loan. You have to loan one, okay? Like you have to put one on." And I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Damn it!" So I went. The receptionist, the one that just walked by, she was like, put it out and just gave it. It was big as hell. Like it was like XXL or something like that. So I just put it above it. Kind of pulled it off. It looked kind of dope, not gonna lie. But it was like green, something. It was like a swamp mud like shade, But I pulled it off. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn, this actually looks not that bad. But so then, and now I've been seeing a lot of people have been coming in with blank, no Talion on it. But then also there's some people that be coming in with like logos. Someone had like a football, like a football freaking hoodie, and I was like, okay, what? And then I was like, oh, she can get tore on. Someone has like, other people have like a whole bunch of other stuff on it. And I had one hoodie once that had something else. It was like, I had a hoodie that didn't have Taylor on. It had like a brand on it. Or had like sayings, and she was like, my teacher was like, hey, next time you come, she's like, I'm not gonna make you change because it's a cold, I know that. She's like, but next time you have to, put something on it. And I was like, damn, okay. She was like, yeah. She's like, if not, she's like, I can give you a hoodie. So I was like, okay, like, do I have to pay for it? And she's like, no. And I was like, okay, dope, I'm gonna get a hoodie. So yeah, and so, yeah, that was it. So, my friend, he goes there too, and he always had, like, today he had like a pink / like kind of like pink red hoodie that had like a big logo on it, not Talion, and they didn't tell him nothing. I was like, did they tell you anything about that? She was like, nah. And I looked today, there was a whole bunch of people having like no Talion stuff on. And I was like, what the hell? Nobody told nothing, bro. Even the teachers, bro. One of them had like a military thing. Some other people didn't have like nothing. They had like hoodies and everything. I was like, dude, damn. Even the teachers, they don't even need to have it on. So I was like, what the heck? Like, I'm always getting like told about stuff. Like, hey, you put this on. You put this on. I didn't know. So I was just like, damn. Okay. That sucks, because it would be nice to put something on that I don't put every single freaking week, because I think I put this on like maybe like once, twice a week, but just the same stuff. I can't mix nothing together. I can't like, oh, you know what, I want to have a blue hoodie with some white, with some like light jeans and some white shoes. I can't do that. I can just, so I just need to put black, white, or like black, white, black. Wait, no, I don't have white pants. But like light jeans, black hoodie, black, top, and then like it just sometimes don't go that good sometimes. So yeah, guys, I might do something else, but if not, I'll just be a little catch up. But yeah, guys.